Hello, and welcome back to Levy TGH, aka Levy the Gaming Harpy. Today we are making 3 of my girls. They are from a book series I am making. This is the characters from book 3. They are my favorite girlies to design. I guess one of them ends up not being a girly, but I figured I'd give some backstory on some of these characters. So right now we are making Harper. I kind of just made up random last names. I have their actual last names, but I have it somewhere else. But this is Harper. She is the adventurer of the group. She just like is the girls. She's a girl's girl. Later on in life she discovers she is a lesbian and uses she they pronouns. I didn't put that in her sim because I forgot. She prefers she, but with men she prefers they. She prefers to not be perceived by men ever. She even gets annoyed when her dad perceives her, kind of thing, but that's a different issue. Harper is, again, the adventurous one. She's super awesome. She's also the most accident prone of the group. So normally whenever they're doing something, she is the reason they have to take a break because she has caused some sort of physical damage to herself. I think that's even how I start the book, is with her getting hurt. At least that's how I originally started it. So clearly she's just here for vibes, not for her preservation. But yeah, she's one of my favorite. I think I love Agatha the most, but that I'll talk about her when I get to her. Harper definitely. So for each of the girls, they start with one color and go into another. So for Harper, it goes from green to yellow. And originally these characters didn't do a color transition. However, it was making it really tricky to visualize them because I'd be like, oh, they're just, what part of the book are they in? Kind of thing. So in the beginning of the book, they are more dark colors just because back where they're originally from, that was just the coloring of everything. It was kind of hard to make pastels or bright colors, so everything might look super bright and stuff for this, but it was more going to be like cottagecore. There's just not a whole lot of great options. Right now I'm toying with just random ideas. So you can tell I gave her shorts. But she keeps her long hair. She wears boots because she knows safety. She tries to wear dresses when she can. However, she doesn't always like to wear dresses because they are just a little too long for her. When she starts to realize herself, she switches back to the pants because they're a little easier for her to move in personally. I tried to give them all nails, but all of them are a little different. All of them need different things. So while we're only on to formal, I'm gonna stop talking for a little bit and let you just watch and enjoy. I'll come back when it's Agatha's turn.
Hey, what up, girl? How you doing? I don't want to come on too strong or nothing like that, but I've been thinking about you. And I've been wondering where you lay up. Where you at? So, sure. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Yeah. You must be magic, the way that you carry yourself. It's like you got this unspoken confidence, baby, you know it damn well. You get me fired up like holy, you hotter than hell. None can compete cause your presence is unparalleled. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool.
And now we are on Agatha. Agatha is my favorite. I don't know if it's noticeable that she's my favorite, but she is. She is my favorite girl of this group. Not for any like real set reason, but just because like I feel like her story is the most heartbreaking out of the group, and I don't know. You will have to read the story to know why. But her colors are primarily black that fade with red accents. So as you'll notice, there will be red accents throughout her design. She then transitions into white and pink, with white being her accent. And that's just, I always thought she looked better in pink, but because of her personality and her seriousness, figured that she would wear red and black. So I tried to make her look like really studious with minimal things, because she was being raised to be kind of like the village chief, even though she wasn't the chief's daughter. She was kind of like the adopted heiress. Mika is the actual chief's daughter, but Mika didn't really wanna, and Harper didn't either. So Agatha, they're not the only kids, but Agatha really wanted to, and those were the only people who the chief like thought of being the heiress. So all the other kids kind of were troublemakers. So, but Agatha is super studious, so I figured I'd give her. I tried to I thought there was just like a separate set for that shirt. Anyway, as you can see, I kind of, you can't really tell right now, but you can kind of tell that later on that I tried to make her look a little sickly, and that is because she becomes very chronically ill. She dies before she reaches her 30s, which is a spoiler, but you learn very early on in the books. I guess I should preface this with a spoiler warning for all of my characters. I'll put a giant spoilers warning on the thumbnail. Don't worry. I'll actually make a thumbnail for this video. Anyway, but yeah, so she primarily wears black. I was trying so hard to find like red and black, but like primarily black with red. And then I found this dress, which I guess is part of the new base game, which I actually really love that dress. I wish I had in real life, but not actually. I don't need more clothes. But yeah, Agatha, I tried to make her look pretty healthy and kind of dress her as she would dress herself before she got ill, but there's only so much I could do with how I wanted her to look with her, like at the end of the books. At the end of the books, she doesn't ever really leave her bed or wheelchair, so it was a little tricky to like think about it, but I try to give her all outfits look comfy besides her formal wear. I would say everything else looks very cozy. I even thought of downloading like custom content for cozier looking items, but I didn't want to risk not having the right colors since I wanted pastels. Agatha's hair is naturally black. She does dye it pink in the future, whereas Harper doesn't really touch her hair. She does when she's transitioning from being like trying to be a girly girl to more of a tomboy. She does dye her hair green for a little bit to try and keep some of that, but that's not really a talked about thing in the story, which is why I'm bringing it up. Whereas Agatha kind of just like once was diagnosed, she was like, screw it, I'm doing what I want with my body, my choice kind of thing. Agatha is true non-binary. And no, that's a different character. Agatha uses she, her pronouns and is Aro Ace. I wanted her to be Aro Ace. For a few reasons. Sorry for the stutter. One, you mostly see her as a teenager. She is mentally a teenager for like most of the time of the book, because when they take off, she's like 10. And by the end of the book, they are in their like early 30s. However, Agatha is the first to die, and she does like die in the books, whereas Harper and Mika don't. So Agatha definitely is my favorite because I feel really bad for her, but also I'm the one who wrote her. Sorry, Agatha. I love you, dear. Don't haunt me in my dreams, please, and thank you. But as you can see, like, I'm trying to like find the most comfortable outfits for her. But I had to end up taking these shorts off because I thought I would glance and think she's naked. But as you can see, I'm like looking through all the sweater options, just trying to find the thing that looks the most comfortable. And I might honestly make some custom content for her and like recolor some stuff that we've got. But for now, this is fine. This isn't really how I like envision her fully. This is more of just like a nice little, how do I get what I want on paper translated. I do this with all of my characters. I will be doing this again for book 1. That would be Harper. Nope, not Harper. Haru, Ushio, Nagisa, and I think the dad's name is Seki. I might have changed his name though. Haru. No, I changed Haru's name. What? I can't remember what Haru's name is. But anyway, it mostly follows twins, whatever, and their parents. Then book 2 is Brianna in like a steampunk sci-fi world, which is why I don't really do anything about it. And then book 4 is Nagisa and Seki. So you might recognize those from the first book. Haru and Ushio's parents travel way back in time, give birth. You'll learn about that in the 4th book, though. I will do this for those other characters as well. But yeah, Agatha is Aro Ace because she's a child for most of the book. I didn't want her to be sexualized, even though I know people will sexualize her when she's older. But she is an Aro Ace character canonically. Harper is lesbian. Mika is bi, but primarily dates Harper. Does not care for men. She knew from an early age. But Agatha is my baby. I love her. I'm trying to like give her comfy looking things. So like I know that I have her hair up for most of them, but that's just because I needed one of my CC hairs, and that one was just the cutest. I'm so sorry if my audio was super quiet just now. I'm having tech issues. Wait, am I making myself quieter? Hold up. Okay. My mic is crapping out on me. That's okay. Anyway, Harper and Agatha. Agatha is the youngest of the group. Harper is the oldest. When they set off on their journey, I think she's 15. And then Mika is 14 and a half. So not too much of a difference. But as you can see, Agatha kind of just like gets the comfiest looking outfits. I clearly have favorites. I tried to give Agatha as many slippers for her outfits as I humanly could, or like shoes that look like they're cushioned, because she is unable to really walk, and so all of her shoes kind of have to be comfortable. Otherwise, she can't really exist on her own, and she hates relying on her friends, even though they would love nothing more than to help her. But that's just Agatha. She is selfless and is incredibly smart. She is so insanely smart. I wish I was her level of intelligence, even though I'm the one who made her, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of research on stuff to be able to fully articulate all of her smartness, but that's a different issue. Wow, I've talked for almost all of Agatha's segment. Why couldn't I have done this for Harper? Dang, I'm so sorry, Harper. Granted, I have gone on kind of like a tangent, which, honestly, if you're watching this, you've probably signed up for. And I am not sorry. But, yeah, Agatha is dressed super comfy cozy because she's dying. I didn't want to, like, have her in her, like, final outfits because that just seemed mean. Oh, now we're on Mika. Her original name was going to be Misa, but anytime I thought of Misa, I couldn't think of what her character would be. I have so much love for Harper and Agatha and so little love for Mika. So I should pull up photos of like her original design because I hated it. I couldn't. I almost, like, you can see here actually what she was gonna kind of look like before I gave up. She was gonna just be like a basic bitch pretty much. And I hated it. I didn't want a basic bitch as like the main character, because even though it's a trio, it's all from Mika's perspective, which might be why I don't like her. I don't normally I tell it from like an outside perspective, whereas for this book it's going to be more of from her perspective. And I don't know, I was just really struggling to make her not look like me because I was the one writing it. I finally figured out that if I just give her blue hair, it would be better. But Mika goes from dark blue to pastel purple, which doesn't help the me allegations in the slightest, but that's okay. Mika is not meek. Oh, my computer just showed me some of the original designs and what inspired me to do this. You know what? I don't actually mind what I did for Mika in that design. I do mind Harper though. I also had Harper and Mika get color changes because Agatha gets color changes. Originally, Agatha was the only one that went from like dark red and black to pink and white, and I felt that was rude. But oh, you know what isn't shown? Their jewelry. Each of them gets a stone, which you'll learn about in the story. But I didn't give them their stones. I tried to give them a lot of jewelry, but I think I kind of forgot after Agatha, which is not a shocker. But yeah, Mika was definitely the character I struggled with the most when it came to designing her character. She's kind of the mom of the group and kind of keeps everyone together. However, the difference with her and Agatha is that Agatha has her innocence. She is, yeah, being raised to be like a chief, but doesn't have the pressure from adults. Mika does have the pressure from adults because they don't think it's right that she isn't the heiress, considering it is her like biological right kind of thing. So there's that, which Mika's hair is actually naturally purple. I just almost said pink. Her hair is naturally purple and she dyes it blue to match her father. Her mom had super pale purple hair, almost bordering pink, like a pale pink. And because of her dad's dark blue hair that she dyes it to, it looks purple, because color theory genetics is a thing in my world. So I tried to have each character's eyes match either their original color or their future color. So for Mika, I had her eyes be her future color because the blue just made her look too basic. And also it felt like a lot of blue and I couldn't handle it. So I really love that hairstyle. I wish I could pull it off. But as you can see, I'm now giving Mika her outfits, and before they do any super adventure stuff, she tries to keep everything like pretty minimal, but once she figures herself out and discovers like what she wants to do with her life, she is more expressive, which as you'll notice is kind of like leads into her doing weird things with makeup, which I feel like she would be the only one to do weird things with makeup. Harper would wear lesbian flag makeup during Pride Month, but that's the only time she ever wears like heavy makeup. So Mika, on the other hand, is more of a girl's girl and actively wears all of the fun colors all of the time. I only gave them 2 outfits. One of their like original looks and then their future look, and then 1 outfit for each for their future look. Depending on how this video goes and depending on what you guys want, I might do like each character of what I think they would wear either throughout the whole book series or throughout the whole book, or do like all their outfits for the beginning and all their outfits for the end. Because for Harper, for all 3 of them, I could definitely do that. All of them have a lot of outfits that they would wear, which is why I was having such a hard time figuring out just like one outfit. So it would also be easier to like translate stuff like their hairstyles. Mika gets a bunch of piercings that just aren't in The Sims. Right now I need to get some more CC, but that's a future me issue, not a current me issue. And yeah. I just enjoy Mika. Mika's not my favorite. I love her color switch. I feel like it is the most natural for her. And I did pick out their colors, besides Agatha, I did pick out their colors for like color meaning. So here's that, like, it's not crazy makeup, but it's definitely not something you would wear every day makeup. If you do wear this, no judgment. I just wouldn't wear it every day because I don't have the mental energy for it. And I'm trying to find, at this point, I was trying to find an outfit that would go with this, that wouldn't feel weird. So I was trying to find like tie-dye stuff, and it wasn't really working. So, because I also wanted it to be like a purple. So, I love that hoodie. I want one of those in real life. It looks so cozy. Yeah, Mika. So, Mika is the middle and is the chief's daughter. And she isn't a troublemaker. She's actually like the peace resolver. Like, she does a lot of resolving of the peace kind of thing. But she definitely, with Harper, get into a little mischief. But everyone kind of expects it from those 2. So no one ever gets super mad because they never cause physical destruction. We're getting to the end of the video, so I will stop talking and let you enjoy the rest of this video.